After 2,000 years of telling the story of Easter, it's easy to forget that for the disciples, there were no Gospels to interrogate, there were no standing back from the events, there was only the chaos and fear of being immersed in the moment. The time to ponder, to sit and discuss in detail came later, much later. These days, as we work our way through 40 days of Lent, we have the luxury of time to recall the story, interrogate the scriptures, take thematic approaches through our various Lent courses. In fact, we've celebrated so many Easters that we all know, especially as clerics, after how years of celebrating, creating another sermon with something different to say can prove quite taxing. We need to remember the washing machine effect of everything happening everywhere all at once at that first Easter in Jerusalem. The gospel narratives are a perfect example. Stuff happening everywhere all at once. People acting as people do, making decisions on the spur of the moment, meeting together in small groups, dispersing through a city because of fear, gossiping and trying to fill in the gaps when they only have hearsay and rumour to work on. Theologians love poring over all of this, the discrepancies in the gospel story, who was where and when and what was seen exactly by whom. It's very interesting, I know. But in that time, it can't be neat and presentable. The negative effect of washing away any trace of messiness of being humans in the community can work against us. I'm getting to that time in life where exactly what I did last weekend is already confused in my mind. We need to allow the disciples to be real people, not objects to be dissected and analysed in such a way that we lose the point and they lose their humanity. Importantly, we also need to give them time as people on the ground at the time of the resurrection to work out what happened. It's through their eyes we see the real work and purpose of Jesus' death and resurrection. After years of thought, conversation and prayer, the Gospel of John opens the pages of the story of Jesus with this great acclamation, that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It closes with another great acclamation. This is the disciple who testifies to these things, who wrote them down. We know that his testimony is true, it says. What lies in between these bookends is for us the making of the sense of Jesus and the place of his continuing story in our world. Jesus, who was born of Mary, crucified under Pontius Pilate, who died, was buried, but rose again. We can live out the story of Easter today, confidently, however uncertain or confusing our world may seem to us. This story was made for times such as these. It was forged in a time not so very different than ours. It's the task of us today, as saints today, to proclaim that Christ is risen. Alleluia, he is risen indeed.